Once upon a time, in the enchanting kingdom of Lumina, there was a small, hidden village named Gladebrook. Known for its lush meadows and crystal-clear streams, Gladebrook was a haven of tranquility and beauty. However, the village's greatest treasure was a secret garden that lay just beyond the village's edge, a garden that bloomed only under the light of the full moon. This moonlit garden was tended by an old gardener named Thorn, who was as much a part of the garden as the flowers and trees. Thorn had a deep connection with the garden's magic and understood that it held the power to grant one heartfelt wish every 100 years. Among the villagers was a kind-hearted girl named Elara. Elara was known for her love of nature and her unwavering kindness. She lived with her grandmother, Leora, who had raised her after her parents had disappeared many years ago. Elara often wandered through the meadows and forests, her heart full of dreams and wonder. One night, as the full moon cast its silvery light over Gladebrook, Elara ventured into the moonlit garden, guided by a sense of longing and curiosity. She had heard stories about the garden's magic but had never dared to enter, respecting its sacred nature. As she stepped into the garden, she was greeted by a breathtaking sight. The garden was aglow with moonflowers, their petals shimmering like diamonds. The trees were adorned with lantern-like blossoms that swayed gently in the moonlight. The air was filled with a sweet, soothing fragrance that seemed to whisper ancient secrets. Elara approached the center of the garden, where Thorn was carefully tending to a delicate moonflower. The old gardener looked up and smiled warmly. "Welcome, Elara. It is rare for someone to enter the garden without being invited by the moonlight itself." Elara nodded, her eyes wide with wonder. "I've always dreamed of seeing the moonlit garden. I didn't know if it was real or just a legend." Thorn's eyes twinkled with understanding. "The garden is indeed real, and its magic is very much alive. Tonight is a special night, for the garden is preparing to grant a wish. But only someone with a pure heart and a noble intention can make that wish." Elara's heart raced as she pondered what she could wish for. She thought about the hardships her village had faced and the longing in her own heart. After a moment of reflection, she spoke with sincerity. "I wish for my village to always be a place of joy and harmony, where everyone finds happiness and prosperity." Thorn nodded approvingly. "Your wish is one of great kindness and selflessness. The garden's magic will work through you to fulfill this wish. But remember, the magic of the garden is a reflection of the goodness in your heart." With Thorn's blessing, Elara stood in the center of the garden and closed her eyes, focusing on her wish. The moonflowers began to glow more brightly, and a soft, melodious hum filled the air. The ground beneath her feet shimmered, and the garden seemed to come alive with a gentle, swirling light. As the light enveloped Elara, she felt a deep connection with the garden and the village she loved so dearly. The garden's magic began to weave its way through the night, touching the hearts of those in Gladebrook. The village awoke to a new day filled with an extraordinary sense of peace and joy. The villagers noticed the changes immediately. The meadows were even more vibrant, the streams clearer, and a newfound harmony filled their hearts. The once troubled aspects of their lives seemed to resolve, and a sense of unity and prosperity blossomed throughout the village. Elara returned to Gladebrook, where the villagers greeted her with awe and gratitude. She shared the story of her visit to the moonlit garden and the magic that had touched their lives. The villagers were inspired by her selflessness and celebrated the newfound joy and harmony in their community. As the years went by, the tale of the moonlit garden and Elara's wish became a cherished part of Gladebrook's history. The garden continued to bloom under the full moon, its magic a reminder of the power of kindness and the importance of caring for others. Elara grew up to be a beloved figure in the village, always remembered for her generous heart and the beautiful wish that had brought lasting happiness to Gladebrook. And every full moon, the villagers would gather in the garden to honor the magic and to celebrate the joy and harmony that had become their way of life. And so, the village of Gladebrook thrived under the moonlit sky, forever blessed by the magic of the garden and the heart of a young girl who had wished for the happiness of all.